What's up, everyone? I hope you are doing well. I hope everything is blessed with you. Here we go. About to get down in this crusty, rusty, dusty trailer for my brother-in-law. I'm going to take it from this to this. And I'm going to take it from this to this. Yep. Stick along, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So, like I said, this is from my brother-in-law. Shout out to Austin Cool Pools. We got the lumber. We're ready to go. It's way too cold to spray primer or paint, so we're jumping onto this trailer. Let's do it. First, I'm going to go ahead and torch the wood. Again, this is pressure treated. You're not supposed to do this, but it just looks really good. It seals it even better, and it just looks really cool. This is how I apply the stain and sealer. A little roller. Very therapeutic. Takes a little bit of time. Not extensive, but you gotta, I don't know, I guess just depending on how dark you want it, how many passes you want to go. This one particularly calls for one coat, and I like to load it up, and then you see, look right there, it's pushing it, and that's it. It's quick for me. I made quick work of it. This is what the lumber looks like once it is torched and stained and sealed. And a lot of people pay to go to rage rooms, and I don't get it. Get your tools and just go to town on something. You know what I mean? I was a little disappointed. I thought I was going to be able to go a little more nuts on this trailer. It really wasn't much to it. It just kind of fell apart. I think a fart would have blown it all away. So yeah, it was definitely time to give this trailer some TLC. All right, here's the arsenal. We got a couple of air angle die grinders with a couple of different attachments, wire wheel, flap disc. I can change this out with a surface pad or different sanding discs. Got the air DA 80 grit. I got the electric DA because I have a ton of 60 grit for that. And then I put this attachment on the angle grinder in case I need to get serious. So this will be more for these big flat spaces. I'll be using these and the electric angle die grinder for getting into spots like that and there, right here, and we'll knock all this crap off. I don't know what that is. That does not look good. And then I got a flap disc, and I got this big wire wheel on another angle grinder. So about to do some damage. I'll end up pressure washing the deck later, so that's nothing that needs to happen right now. Right now the focus is to get all of this off, get it clean, get it smooth, get these fenders smooth and ready to go. So maybe later today, and the toolbox. I'm going to be spraying the toolbox. Maybe later today, we could do some primer before we head out of here. But the idea is to just get it all real clean, scuffed up, get the surface rust out of there. Because later on, we're going to come back, cut this, and even it up to the trailer. We'll be prepping under here as well. So here we go. Just going to let it rip. And jumped right onto the fender. I said, why not 60 grit? It's kind of, it was messed up. And then I just started doing a little bit of body work, just kind of straighten it out a little bit, just trying to make it look a little more presentable. All right, almost exactly halfway through. So everything's looking real smooth, real good. These are going to be exposed, so I want this super clean. This just clean enough to get some primer and some paint on it. Fender's looking fantastic. I actually ended up doing a little bit of body work on it because it was funky. But yeah, looking really good. These sheet metal pliers work perfect for kind of shaping it back in and out. So if you're going to do any kind of fender work on trailers and stuff, I suggest you get you some of these. Really just been destroying it with this guy right here, 60 grit, doing all the really heavy lifting really, and then coming back with 80 grit on the DA, and I'll probably end up going over 80 grit with the electric DA. But it's working really, really well. Everything is just kind of flying right off. And just so comparison, this is everything that's already done. I stopped kind of halfway. Nice and smooth, looking good, absolutely ready to accept some primer. Not looking for perfection, I just want it to look really, really good. And this is kind of what, the other side looked like. There it is right there. That's 60 grit, ready for 80 grit. This is nasty, ready for some 60 grit. And there it is, y'all. Half the trailer just about ready for primer, and the other half ready for some love. The thing that took me the longest on the other side was the fender. That's why I started there. So yeah, coming right along. Let me see how much more I can get done. Maybe get some primer on it so we don't get any surface rust and have to do it again. You know, working twice, don't want to do that. So just trying to get this rocking and rolling so that way during the week I can focus back on the 65 and get that ready to rock and roll. But yeah, moving and grooving, moving and grooving. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using the wire cup, and then I'm coming back. Oh, here it goes. This is what it looks like with the wire cup. Really good, really clean, really good start. Get all that big stuff that's just kind of, it looks scaly, right? Like just peeling off, and then come back with the 60 grit on the 5-inch sanding pad on the angle grinder. This right here, look at this thing. It works wonders. Now I got it kind of on a cheapy angle grinder, so the RPM isn't crazy high and it's doing just fine. All right, so check it out. On this side, angle grinder with the 5-inch sanding pad, hook and loop. Smooth, pretty quick. And over on this one is the angle grinder with the wire cup. Still pretty smooth. I mean, they both work. I would feel comfortable spraying paint primer combination over both of these. Spray can. It's a trailer, you know what I mean? It's not a truck, not a car. The only downside to this guy are these. That's the only downside. However, the upside is the wire wheel can get into crevices like that and clean up the welds. The sandpaper on the backing pad here really doesn't, but that's okay because it doesn't shoot wire, you know, at you at a high velocity. So I vote angle grinder with the sanding pad, but I would absolutely have a wire cup for another angle grinder for stuff like this, or maybe if there's just some stubborn scale or rust, surface rust on whatever it is that, you know, you're sanding away. But I like both, but the winner is the 5-inch sanding pad, and I got 60 grit on there right now. I would jump up to 80 before spraying any kind of paint, but even 60 grit, I mean, it's a trailer. 60 grit is gonna be enough for it to grab, in my opinion. So, yep. Let me keep rocking and rolling. Also, I bought this attachment for the angle die grinder for hook and loop sanding discs. Works amazing. All right, so it is a super rainy day. I don't like spraying anything when it's this humid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start prepping the wheels for this thing. I can continue sanding, and I'm gonna do that before I leave today. I'll finish sanding everything. I really just don't want it to oxidize because we're exposed to the elements, right? That's the whole thing here. Anyway, the cup brush, I'm gonna end up putting this on this because I have variable speed here, and I'm gonna put it up to 2200. It's rated at 2500, but I mean, I don't wanna go over. It's gonna be slow, and we just need something to scuff it up so that way I can spray. And we'll see how clean we can get the wheels. I'll probably have the trailer on jack stands when I leave. Hopefully all the wheels prepped and everything else sanded and ready to go. Let's see how it does. All right, got the attachment on, rocking and rolling. It's low RPMs, nothing crazy fast, and it's definitely doing it, getting in there, but I think to my liking, I am gonna get the wire cup and hit it with the angle grinder. All right, and now we're obviously ready for some. I tried the bag trick. I guess I just don't know what the hell I'm doing, or I'm just not following the instructions correctly. But instead of taping this whole thing off, my brother-in-law just wants them to be painted. He doesn't care, you know, quality. Not like I'm gonna paint the wheels on the 65, and those for sure are gonna be a little more tedious than this. This is just a scuff and get some color on them. So here we go. Figured we can deal with a little bit of overspray. The objective is get it done. Lazy Susan, but what? I have a Lazy Susan here too. Maybe for the second coat, I'll go grab it. I'm not gonna bore you with all of the wheels, but yeah, you get the idea. On a Lazy Susan, you have more access, right? Like that's the whole idea. Just I'm not gonna be spinning it at a high RPM or nothing, but yeah, it'll give me more access to everything. So let's get these done. All right, here is a look, basically what the majority of these wheels were looking like before. Super nasty, peely paint. Whoever painted them prior really just, but and here's what it looked now after. Mind you, just a quick scuff. Hit it with the cup brush, hit it with the wire wheel, and then I lightly sanded with 320 because I just want to get rocking and rolling. And here we are, cleaning off the trailer, blowing everything off, getting it ready for pressure washing. And here we go, getting the electric pressure washer hooked up and ready to go. And let it rip. I don't know about you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, but pressure washing is one of the most therapeutic things for me because it just, I mean, look, it's removing all that crud and it looks beautiful. I mean, wood, concrete, trucks, cars, whatever it is you're pressure washing, it's just like the most relaxing thing. One of the most relaxing things for me. I've enjoyed pressure washing this trailer, but we got to get moving. Let's do it. And here is what it is looking like, pressure washed, looking clean, ready to be torched. And here is a quick time lapse of the torching and the actual stain and sealing of the floor of the trailer. All right, why am I like this, y'all? Why am I like this? This is the trailer jack. Now, I'm prepping the whole thing to paint it because obviously that's, you know, it's going to look good. But this, underneath it, no one's going to look at it. I hammered it, straightened it out, and now I'm grinding it down so I can spray it. I guess just to prevent rust. I don't know. Why am I like this? The details, right? The details. And check it out. These boards to do the walls were a pain in my cheeks. The trailer is definitely not square, but hey, it came out looking really good. And you know, for the price point that I hooked my brother-in-law up for, I hope he's happy with it. I think it's gonna, you know, serve him well. This gate is definitely an addition that's gonna help so stuff doesn't just go flying off the back. But yeah, love any chance that I get to help a family member out and to work on something different, right? Especially because it's cold. I can't spray, I can't really do much on the truck, so I jump over to something else. So thank you to everyone who is watching. Stay tuned. Much more coming up. All the little details. Look at this. All the little stuff coming up on the 65. We're about to get that thing rocking and rolling and back to the owner and get the next one in. A lot of things coming, y'all. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, your support. And if you're into this kind of stuff, subscribe. You know, it's fun. You learn how to different things. I don't know. Join the ride, everyone. And as always, a big shout out to Daniel-san for the beats.